Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Carrie enters and gives him a kiss after Javi prevents Gabby from taking the meal he prepared for them on today's episode of Days of Our Lives. According to Gabby's introduction, Javi is constantly bringing up the famous Carrie. During sleepovers, they make fun of one another when Javi takes the money clip that JJ left behind after spending the night. As she departs, Javi and Carrie eat breakfast together and declare that, despite their leisurely pace, they had a terrific time. Javi receives a text message stating that Carrie finds it funny that Lady Whistleblower tore Leo and body and soul to shreds in a new column. Carrie argues that she loves the show and despises its current state, while Javi defends the show. Gabby observes in the Hernandez kitchen as Javi and Carrie, both shirtless, gaze into each other's eyes. Carrie begs Lady Whistleblower for more gossip after dressing up in a I Heart Rochester shirt, which he, unsubtle, flaunts. Carrie acknowledges that he doesn't enjoy Javi's friendship with Leo, even though Javi says it's nasty. Javi tells him that Leo is with Carrie and isn't a threat. In response, Carrie gives Javi a passionate kiss to demonstrate who's got chemistry. Javi reminds Carrie that they are taking things easy as he begins to undress. After what happened with Leo, he doesn't want to jump right in. Carrie is important to him, but if he doesn't want it, he gets it. Carrie leaves for work after agreeing to follow Javi's pace. Telling Javi to put on his Rochester sweater, he leaves it behind. While Abe and Paulina are having breakfast, Leo stops over to inform them on Faith's escape story and to bring Charlemagne back to life. What did Abe say? Definitely not. After attempting to brush Leo off, who informs him that her resurrection sequence has already been scripted, he outlines his strategy for bringing her back with the most dramatic impact possible. At their breakfast table, Days, Abe and Paulina are scowling at Leo. Paulina and Abe ask him numerous questions about the impossibility as they listen in shock. They then discuss Hattie's problems, but Leo claims that Lady Whistleblower is to blame. He then begins to gripe about how the column is destroying his life and his plans for the show, forcing him to scrap everything he had planned. Abe interrupts to reveal that he has information about Lady Whistleblower. Stephanie learned that Rochester, New York is receiving the checks. Abe tells Rafe that Body and Soul does not have the funds for the trip that Leo arranges for him to discover the identity. Paulina then offers to pay in order to support Abe and prevent Rafe from interfering with Jada's affairs. After pleading with Abe to accept Hattie, Leo leaves to speak with Rafe. At the very least, Abe consents to run it by Kate. Days that Gabby and JJ converse in the PCPD. At the PCPD, Sean welcomes JJ back to the police and introduces himself as his partner. After expressing regret for Sean's marriage, JJ finds out that Belle will be the new DA. After Gabby visits to return JJ's money clip, they begin making jokes about whether or not he left it there on purpose. She reveals JJ the wedding plan Javi created for Rafe and Jada after some flirting. 2 weeks from now comes the wedding. Gabby is informed by Sean that Jada is not present to deliver it to her. Jada contacts Rafe after glancing over his message assuring her not to worry, but she admits she is concerned about him. I'd really like to hear his voice, she writes in her message. She calls Sean, stating that she feels uneasy and that she is unable to get in touch with Rafe. Since Steve is working on a black patch case, Sean advises her to give him a call to find out. Days Jada appears distressed as she speaks on the phone in her office. She phones, explains what happened on New Year's, and learns that Rafe was never dispatched on a case. Abruptly, she remembers that it was EJ who brought up the call that sent Rafe on a case. Shortly before Arnold leaves the hidden corridor, EJ hears Rafe's phone ring and hangs up. EJ demands to know why Arnold is there after almost having a heart attack because he believes he is Rafe. Before he went insane, he had to leave the hotel. EJ loses it. Are you bored? You came out of hiding for that reason? Determining what to do with Rafe is already a lot on his plate. Arnold has no desire to comply and plans to return to Argentina or the motel. He desires to remain at the mansion. They don't need people to believe he's Rafe, EJ assures him. That might be a good thing, says Arnold. He might divert Jada's attention until EJ makes a decision regarding Rafe. Arnold sends the imposter down to feed Rafe after a terrified EJ orders him to go when the doorbell rings. Silently. In the DiMera living room, Daisy J gives Arnold a stern look. Jada is irritated when EJ rushes to the door and opens it. She interrupts, assuring EJ that Rafe was never placed on an assignment by Steve. She doesn't trust him when he says he just heard Rafe answer the phone. Gabby asks where Jada went in the last moments of the show, but Sean simply responds, on some case. As they slyly assure one another that they will see one another later, Shell leaves the wedding book with JJ. After she leaves, Sean mentions that JJ and Gabby are dating, and JJ queries why Sean refrained from discussing Jada in detail with Gabby. Because her brother is involved. She went to discuss him with EJ. Regarding Hattie's homecoming, Abe gives Kate a call. He requests to table it for the time being because she is not happy. However, he has good news regarding Lady Whistleblower. When Leo arrives at the Hernandez residence, he informs Javi that he must see Rafe. Leaning against the Hernandez door, dazed Javi greets Leo with a smile. Jada assures EJ that he is aware of Rafe's location. He probably knows something about Rafe's whereabouts because he was acting strangely on New Year's Eve. EJ teases Jada by claiming that Rafe most likely simply changed his mind and fled. Jada refuses to believe it and insists on knowing what he knows. Did he pursue Rafe in retaliation for her treatment of him? When she threatens him, EJ informs her that she cannot do anything without a warrant and won't tell her anything. However, Arnold sneaks out of the hidden tunnels before he can help her leave. Bill Hayes, who played Salem's beloved Doug Williams for more than 50 years, died at the age of 98, forever altering the lives of Susan Seaforth Hayes, Julie, and the whole cast of Days of Our Lives. Doug was finally buried back in December, 1 month before Hayes' first anniversary of death. On Sunday, January 12th, Seaforth Hayes celebrated her husband's death with a heartfelt mashup of life's everyday continuing and the love and memories left by those we've lost, during a time when Los Angeles itself was in grief due to the fires tearing through it. She revealed that today marks the first anniversary of Billy's death. Over gloomy Los Angeles, the sun emerged as the winds weakened. Billy's favorite breakfast is a poached egg, which I prepared for myself. I and everyone who knew him, both close and far away, are still illuminated by his brightness. Stories and lives come to an end, but the love they provide unites us all, even as time passes. And Mr. Hayes was a light. Deidre Hall, Marlena, wrote to her dear friend, beautifully put. Your love for each other has always been an inspiration, wrote Kelly Moneymaker, whose husband Peter Reckel, Beau, collaborated with the Hayes for decades. Susan, we're enveloping you in love. She is undoubtedly not alone in finding inspiration in the love that the contented couple displayed off-screen as well as in the love that viewers saw almost every day on Days of Our Lives. We rarely witness such a happy, devoted marriage for so many decades, but their motivation to work harder and love more will serve as our compass for the rest of our lives.